Good morning, good
Good
afternoon,
morning.
good evening, depending on where you're listening from. This is Leadership Talk with Adegoke, and we're looking at leadership and self-discovery. Leadership and self-discovery. On this session, I have with me Coach Olufolake Olulanke. She's a fellow John Maxwell coach, speaker, and trainer. You're welcome, Coach. How are you today?
Thank you. I'm good. I'm doing great.
Excellent.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you. Now tell us, who is Coach Olufolake?
Okay, so I'm someone who is very passionate and excited about working together with individuals to achieve their God-given, that's what I call it, their God-given potentials. A lot of people are there, thinking that they are pursuing their dreams, but still have a void, still feel unfulfilled, still feel, not so satisfied about what they are doing. Sometimes that isn't their core, their strong point. That isn't their, their what they carry, their gifts. So I'm actually always excited to walk people through the path of discovery, to the path of unlocking, unveiling that gift that they carry. I believe that everybody possesses a unique quality, that makes them their unique, amazing self. And a lot of people go through life without actually discovering that. So that is what I like to do.
Awesome.
To embark on a journey of unlocking, unveiling, discovering, these gifts, these talents, this potential that people carry in order to fulfill their dreams, in order to have a more robust, satisfying, fulfilling life.
Wow.
My name is Olufolake Olulanke. I've been married for 27 years with 3 children. Okay. I'm also very passionate about the health of a family unit.
Okay.
A healthy family unit.
Okay.
Parents, children, relationships. Because as a family, we have our unique, even though we're a family, we have our uniqueness. Everybody has their own, gifts. Now, a family unit is a typical situation where people come with their differences, in order to have a harmonious,
relationship.
So I like to walk people, through that relationship. I'm also a certified member of the John Maxwell team.
Awesome.
And a discovery coach.
Awesome. You're welcome, Coach. Awesome. That is a powerful resume. Thank you so much. Now, tell us, how did you get into leadership? Your journey into leadership.
Well, apart from, courses, seminars, studying, recently I realized that I think I've always carried a leadership quality. As early as the age of below 10, early teens, I remember that I would gather all the children in the neighborhood and teach them. I used to gather children, they looked up to me, I taught them. And, as early as that age, I could recognize the gifts that each of them carried, and a lot of them went to not so, highbrow schools, and I would teach them what I felt that they needed to know. And that journey from then was anywhere I find myself, I tend to be, that to people, teaching, discovering, helping people evolve, having a renewal of mind, especially when I was running a school for almost 10 years. I could recognize these gifts in the children, and I could discover their strengths and use that, to teach them, to get across to them, to connect with them. I work with parents, to realize these things together, and it was such a huge success that I felt, okay, I could take this beyond the walls of, the school. And so I studied more, went for courses, just to enhance this gift.
Awesome. Now tell us, what is leadership? What is leadership to you? What is leadership?
To me, leadership is first recognizing your own strengths and weaknesses as a leader. I believe that is very important to first recognize, what, as a leader, you're a decision maker. As a leader, you're carrying people along with you. You're sharing core values. Now, what motivates that? What is the driving force? Why do you have those core values? Why do you have people, go with you, follow you as a leader with your core values? Now, as a leader, you want to begin to first with yourself, self-reflect. That way, it's easier to connect with the people that are around you, the people that you're leading.
Wow.
When you are able to be comfortable with yourself first, in your own skin as a leader, knowing that these are my strengths, these are my weaknesses, these are my passions, these are my interests, these are my desires, and what motivates it, what's that driving force? Then you are able to easily connect with the people around you. Then you are able to recognize, areas of strengths and weaknesses in these people, and be able to connect to them as regard that area for an effective result, for a fulfilling outcome. So for me, because as a leader, you have to impact and you have to influence.
And I know it's a combination of so many things.
Yes. And so you need to have a self-reflection. You come and make decisions. What motivates? What's that driving force for this decision making? And then when you know yourself as a leader, when you know your true identity as a leader, for me, authenticity is key. Then you are more transparent. You are able to share and be open with those that are around you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard what leadership is about, the journey of Coach Olufolake regarding leadership. And this is Leadership Talk with Adegoke, another episode of Leadership Talk with Adegoke. And we're looking at leadership and self-discovery. So please make sure you like and share this podcast to as many people as possible. You're going to be learning awesome and amazing stuff on this episode. Now, Coach, can you tell us, what is self-discovery?
Okay, self-discovery. A lot of times we just react to situations and circumstances,
Yeah.
We just react to things that happen to us. And what we should be doing actually is, when you react to a situation, when you react to something that happens to you, what you should look back, instead of just reacting, letting your emotions, get over you, is to check why that reaction, why you reacted the way you did. That can bring out who you really are. Why did I make this decision? Why did I take that step? Why did I react that way? And it is important to, self-identity, your true, authentic self. It is important to come to that realization than just react, And so the importance of self-discovery is to have a self-reflection of who you really are, your true identity. In your reactions, you recognize your strengths, you recognize your weaknesses, and you are able, to make amendments where necessary. adjustment, changes. The Bible talks about the renewal of mind. When you're able to have a renewal, of your mind, of your actions. So self-discovery helps, to do that. And it's just to be self-aware of who you really are. And as I said earlier on, we all possess unique qualities. Now, you need to know what that is so that you can, set goals that resonates with who you really are. So self-discovery is not a destination, it's a journey. It's a journey to keep evolving. It's a journey to keep exploring. It's a journey to keep growing. It's a journey to keep developing, to keep evolving. And of course, it's also a journey of change.
Wow. Thank you so much, Coach. Now, I think we're getting into the interesting part now. Now, what's the connection? Where do they meet? Leadership and self-discovery. What's the relationship?
Okay, as I said earlier on, leaders must first start with themselves.
Okay.
On that journey of self, discovery. And then what it does is that you're comfortable in your own skin as a leader. You're comfortable in who you have recognized yourself to be as a leader. And then you are able to connect, you are able to be transparent with the people that are around you. You are able to share comfortably your passion, your core values, aspirations, dreams with the people that are around you, because you are comfortable with yourself. You know who you are. You know that where you want to attain to, and so it's easier because from who you are, the strengths, the weaknesses that you have recognized yourself to have, it's easier to connect, influence, and impact the people that are around you, knowing your own true identity. When you don't know that, there's no clarity. When you don't know that, there's no clarity.
So it's important to know who you are.
Yes. As leaders, you need to start with yourself. You need to go through that journey of self-reflection, self-awareness of who you are. Then it makes you comfortable to lead others.
Okay, awesome. If you're just joining us this week,
that's where your that's where your core values come from.
Wow. This is Leadership Talk with Adegoke, and we're having a session on our podcast. This session is an amazing session. I'm with Coach Olufolake Olulanke, a GMT coach, a John Maxwell coach, speaker and trainer like myself, and we're looking at leadership and self-discovery. Now, I just wanted to share with our audience, now when it comes to self-discovery, for a leader, how can you really begin to, what are those qualities that, that can really make you stand out, in terms of self-discovery, in terms of what are those strategies that you could use in terms of self-discovery? Yeah.
In this journey, you have to, in this journey of self-discovery, you see, we need to go through thought-provoking questions.
Yeah.
About what motivates you, the driving force. You need to be humble enough to admit your strengths and weaknesses as a leader. You need to get feedbacks. Feedbacks helps to know exactly how people are responding or how they are accepting who you really are. Good feedback helps to make adjustments and amendments. And of course, you need to also maybe like study other leaders and see how they are making a success of because you see, who you are as a leader, will always will always, because you're leading different individuals that have different unique qualities also. So as a leader, you need to also have a reflection, of the people that are around you. You need to always listen with your, not only with your ears, you need to listen with your eyes. You need to listen with your heart as leaders. Because, sometimes I say something. Sometimes, when they say words that action are louder than words. Yes. Sometimes, people say things. You find people, talking about their dreams and aspirations and passions and all that. And you see, with the inner eye, you see something different. So you need, as leaders, you need to listen to, hear stories, and be compassionate. You need to connect and know exactly, what's where the strengths lie, and be, because you need all those qualities to lead people. So it is important that leaders not only hear with their ears, but hear with their eyes and their hearts.
Okay, John will tell you that, the model, everyone communicates, few connect. It talks about you connecting with the hearts of the people before you can see their hand. From a point of empathy, and also it says everything rises and falls on leadership. John C. Maxwell now, because we're both from that, a product of John C. Maxwell's leadership, team. Now, I want you to share with us, very briefly, what are the consequences of a leader not being able to apply that self-discovery, ethos, having that, that understanding of self-discovery. A leader shows up but has not really been able to, self-discovery is not embedded in that leader's lifestyle.
When you are not able to self-discover yourself, when you're not aware of who you really are, you are missing out on your true identity. And usually, there's no clarity. There's a tendency that you keep going in circles because you have not come to the knowledge of who you really are and what your abilities and capabilities are, and where you can put your strength into, to achieve things. Now, what that causes is a waste of time sometimes. What that causes is, loss of identity, and there's no clarity. There's no pinpoint direction. But when then you're sure it's clear, and what happens is that this, brings feelings of unhappiness, regrets, when you're not where you ought to be. It brings about that unhappiness, that feeling of not satisfied. People see you as succeeding, but you don't feel fulfilled. There's something missing. Exactly. There's something missing. You don't have that clarity. You don't have direction. You don't have, and then people end up with regrets, with frustrations, waste of time because you just keep trying.
Trial and error as a leader.
Trial and error. So these are the things, and then that feeling of unhappiness.
Now, I just want to just
like regretting that. If only, but sometimes it's better late than never.
Okay, I just want to speak to this, because when I look at even, a leadership is about seeing more than your followers and seeing before they see. Because if your followers are always seeing before you see, then that means that, there's a question mark on your leadership. Obviously, they could also see, but they must not be seen as more as you are seen, because that self-discovery helps you. It's like a GPS. It helps you to see clearly, and you're able to lead. Yeah, to navigate, through the challenges and the pitfalls, as you go in your journey. Now, can you share with us, an instance where your ability to self-discover has helped you as a leader?
Okay, so the time I was running the school, for instance, I could, discover a lot of things. I was able to uncover, a lot of things in the children and even the staff, and it helped to navigate, the teaching method, the challenges.
Okay.
For example, I remember our first student was a boy that, some said maybe he had Down syndrome, he just seemed so dumb, and I knew that he wasn't all that.
Yeah.
And we just had to put some systems in place that, got this boy out, and we realized, that he was actually a very active, very brilliant, very intelligent, boy with a lot of gifts for that matter. So we had to put those systems in place to uncover what that boy carried, and it came out to be a very brilliant. We worked with the parents, we had to put some things in place together with the parents, and I have, some situations like that. So it is important that, even with the staff, you're able to recognize the strengths, and the weaknesses, and you're able to, complement, areas of, where and so a lot of trainings, and, so it is important. You can imagine in the case of that child, if we're not able to, look inwards and see that this child carried something, and be able to work on that. He had potentials that just needed to be uncovered.
Wow.
And so many people are in that situation. He was a write-off. They called him names and all that, and thought that he could not amount to anything. Until now the boy is doing extraordinarily well. So that is the danger in not, unlocking potentials at times.
Wow.
And opportunities can be missed. You miss opportunities because you don't know what you carry. You don't know what is in there, that your abilities. And so you can miss opportunities and think that I'm not able to do this. I remember the story of Mrs. Ibukawoshika, when she was called at First Bank, and she was like, this is not my line. This, I don't know anything about, accounts. This, I mean, business, I've never, I don't have experience. I don't, but it took other people to see that she could, and they told her that if you have succeeded in that, then we know that you can come on board and succeed at this. But, so if she didn't recognize that, if it didn't come out, and then she said she went home to her husband, and her husband said yes, and if she didn't know that about herself, that was an opportunity that she would have missed. And so sometimes it could lead to, missing opportunities and all that. So we could have missed the opportunity of this brilliant, extraordinary, intelligent boy if we didn't, uncover his potentials.
Awesome. That's awesome. Now, if you just join us, this is Leadership Talk with Adegoke. We've been speaking with Coach Olufolake Olulanke, a John Maxwell certified coach, speaker, and trainer, and also, someone who is so passionate about self-discovery. Niche area is self-discovery. She's a self-discovery coach. And for those of you that are, looking at life and saying, what really is my purpose? She's also able to help you unlock that potential, to help you become a better person. I remember in my own journey, when I was in the banking industry, I felt that that was really what I was called to do. But after a few years, I began to, feel unfulfilled. And thankfully, decades after, I'm really living my purpose. So it's not just for those who are, unemployed. It could affect, even those who are gainfully employed. You're doing something that you feel that you're not really passionate about. So this lady right here is actually the go-to person to help you unlock your potential. And so, Coach,